Hi YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the Bounce Liquid Whip Longwear Foundation from Beauty Blender. Stay tuned. So we had a little bit of a technical glitch. When I went to go back and edit this video, I discovered that I didn't have the actual mic turned on. So during the makeup process of this video, just applying the makeup to get the completed look, I didn't have a mic on at all. So there's no sound. So during the makeup portion of this video, I'll be doing a voiceover. My apologies. Lo siento mucho. And this is the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip Longwear Foundation, and this is in shade 4.35W. Here I'm just showing you how it pumps out, and it has a little groove that fits a Beauty Blender, and you can just disperse the product on here. I personally don't like that. Not a fan. And here I'm just applying the foundation, and I literally applied it to the sponge, and then I kind of just spread it all over my face because this product is very concentrated, so you can really disperse the product very well. So probably used more product than I really needed, but that's okay. Here I'm just taking a brush and just blending out my perimeter. Here I'm using the Pat McGrath concealer in MD23, and this concealer is just one thing that I learned from using this the first time I ever applied it is that you do not need a lot of it. So in this demo, when I was doing it, I did use too much, and it took a lot to calm it down and to blend it out, but the end result is still great. So I'm putting it under my eyes, nose, just hitting all the necessary parts, and then I'm just taking a sponge and just blending this out. Here I just used the Faux mascara from YSL, a little bit of Terracotta Light, and I'm just finishing it off with the Mist and Fix from Makeup Forever. Excuse the beauty. So the Bounce Foundation from Beauty Blender is your standard 1 ounce 30 ml bottle. It retails for $40 and it comes in 40 different shades. On the back of the box it notes, the weightless blendable whip liquid can be layered from medium to maximum coverage to address both tone and texture. Never dull or greasy, skin gets that pro artist velveteen finish that looks picture perfect in real life and on screen. Full coverage, velveteen finish, moisture boosting hyaluronic acid, antioxidant rich white birch extract. As far as first impressions go with regards to the coverage level, it's definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. I did put out a good amount of product and I didn't use a lot of it just because the coverage level is pretty high. And with that said, the packaging, I really don't like this packaging. This is like I am using that cheap, that disgusting Michael Kors perfume? It's kind of like this, but bigger in terms of how the packaging looks. I feel like I'm using like a cologne bottle for foundation, and I just don't like this. I also don't like how the pump, when you actually disperse the product out, it comes out to here, and this is like, it has a groove so that you can put your Beauty Blender on it, and I guess you just want to pat it on here. I guess that was the idea behind this, but it gets messy, and you'll have to clean this every time, so that's stupid. I don't know why they decided to do that, but I personally do not like the packaging. The coverage level is really high. The shade 4.35W is a great match for me. 4.30W probably would match me as well because the differences were very minimal. It was like, I was mentioning how it was really hard for me to choose one in the store just from when I was looking, and plus, when you're in Sephora lighting, it's always an issue. So I went ahead and chose this, and I'm glad that I chose it because it looks really good. The coverage is right. It glides on the skin. Like, it feels has a really nice creamy, I guess you could say a creamy whipped type of feeling when it's on your skin. I just really enjoyed how this felt on my skin, and it spreads like nobody's business, and it definitely gives you a beautiful matte, just a natural, it's a beautiful finish, and it's weightless on my skin. I don't feel this on my skin at all. It just on camera and in just photos, and also just looking in a mirror up close, it looks absolutely beautiful. This is a really, really pretty foundation, so I'm really pleased with that. But what I will say is this Pat McGrath concealer, if you do not have Pat McGrath concealer, you just don't know what you're missing out in your life. This, to me, the concealer, it changed everything for me. Like, with this entire look, it completely changed the game. There's a Pat McGrath review coming, so definitely stay tuned for that. So I don't want to go too far into the concealer because there's other things I like to discuss as well when it comes to Pat McGrath. Just go buy this. Just buy it right now. I mean, this would be something ideal for travel because it has like a locking mechanism on the back, so you can actually lock this in place. So this is great for travel. Maybe that's what they were thinking with this. I just don't like something that looks kind of like cologne or perfume bottle, like kind of like a beeper. Like, I don't know, like I just don't really like the packaging, and I hate frosted glass. You cannot tell what the fucking color looks like when you're shopping. This is so not good for the consumer. But hey, I found my shade, so I'm cool. So I mean, overall, it has a great shade range, so you should definitely be able to find your shade. I like the way this sits on my skin. I've let this sit on my skin for about maybe 90 minutes, 2 hours or so, and it looks still the same, looks great, color's good, hasn't oxidized like crazy or anything. Relatively stayed the same, though I will say that when I was actually applying it, I was pretty nervous, but it did, you know, slightly oxidize a little, and just adding some bronzer and just adding some additional warmth in my skin, that did help with toning it down. So I'm definitely going to get some wear out of this and report back to you with my final thoughts. But as far as initial thoughts go, and you know, first impressions, this foundation is absolutely beautiful, and I definitely think that this is something that you may want to check out. If you're somebody who needs, you know, medium to full coverage, you like something that's lightweight but still, you know, medium to full coverage, and you want something that looks good, you know, up close and in person, then this is definitely the foundation for you. Especially like a matte foundation. Like, it's matte, but it's not like that. It's like a soft matte, I would say. Like, it has just a beautiful finish. And again, McGrath concealer, y'all. This is like, I cannot wait to talk to you guys about this concealer. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know in the comments if you have tried this particular foundation from Beauty Blender. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Were you able to find your shade? Did you actually not find your shade? Leave comments below and let me know. So yeah, that's all I got. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye.